One moment, let me turn off this. All right, hey everybody. I hope you all had a good weekend or having a good weekend. I am here this morning to introduce a new training division with the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. But before I do that, let me go ahead and address real quickly the issue of a recent video, a recent live that I did recently. Give me a second. And a recent video that's been circulating around about featuring one of the prominent freight broker trainers, here on YouTube and doing everything. Who I look. I understand that a lot of freight broker trainers and people on this side of the industry, they do stuff just to get likes and to get views, and they promote this. They promote this hatred of dispatchers, or this this animosity, quote unquote, the animosity between dispatchers and brokers, and dispatchers and owner operators. Okay. I don't know why they do that, but hey, it is what it is. People choose to run their business the way they want to run their business. But apparently, there is yet again another challenge to the legalities of dispatch. Now, this happens every 2 or 3 years and been going on for the last 30 years. Okay, for the last 30 years, people have been challenging the legality of dispatch, and it comes up every couple of years that the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Association has to render some type of ruling on the challenge. Because if they make an official challenge, then they've got to respond. Okay, that's just procedure. Okay. The latest challenge before this one was basically 2 years ago in 2020. And again, like they have done for the last 25 plus years, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Association again ruled that dispatchers are indeed legal. Dispatchers can indeed contract with more than one carrier. Dispatchers are indeed bona fide agents. Now, this has been in the statute since the statute was written. It's in the statute. It clearly defines that there's a difference between brokers and dispatchers. It clearly states within the statute, and the statute, by the way, is CFR 49-371. That's the statute, okay? It clearly states in the statute that dispatchers are not employees of the carrier. It clearly states that dispatchers must have a pre-existing agreement or a continued relationship with the carrier. It clearly states in the statute that dispatchers do not operate like brokers, because dispatchers cannot operate independently in the industry without having a contract with the carrier who has contracted them to be their bona fide agent. I guess that's a lot to be said. And they have ruled on this time and time again over the last 25 to 30 years. But you got these quote unquote brokers, I call them crybabies because that's what they are. They're crybabies. I've never, ever in my life. My grandfather told me one time, Calvin, don't ever try to count another man's money. And that's basically what some of these brokers and broker trainers and people are doing. They're trying to count someone else's money instead of concentrating on making their own money. That's what it is. So they're trying to count somebody else's money, and they see that somebody else out there is making good money. So they want to say, well, I don't want y'all to make good money because I want to keep all the money for myself. Come on, man. How childish and how... No, because I don't want to sound misogynistic, but you sound like a female. That's what you sound like. You sound like a jealous female. Okay, be a man. Be a man, go out there and make your own money. Be a man about it, go make your own money, and stop trying to count somebody else's money. Okay. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Association has ruled on this time and time again. They have a statute. Let me include y'all in on something. They are not going to refute their own statute. They are not going to contradict their own ruling. They are not going to go back and say, well, we were wrong for 30 years and now we're going to change it. Good luck on that. Okay? Good luck on that. You need to just stop crying like jealous females and crying like babies. Put your big boy pants on and go out and make your money the way you should be. Now, what you should be concentrating on is how you all are stealing money from the carrier. That's what most brokers are doing. That's what you should be focusing on. Because what this review is going to do, when they clarify how brokers are to operate and how dispatchers are to operate, you all might find yourself in a lot of hot water. So while you're wishing hot water on dispatchers who are operating correctly and legally, you may find yourself in hot water because brokers now are being taught and have been doing it for years. They're being taught to steal money from the owner operators. I said it. I don't take it back. Say what you want to say. Come for me. I don't care because I'm telling the truth. If you are taking the loads from a shipper and the shipper has money already allocated that they will pay for a certain load, and you are not negotiating the margin on top of that fee, and you're taking that load and you're putting on a load board for money less than what the shipper has put on it, you are stealing from the owner operator. So that money is there allocated to pay the owner operator. Your job is what you're supposed to be doing is negotiating the margin on top of that so that then you can move that margin around to some cheap freight, mid-range freight, so that all freight becomes attractive, all freight becomes competitive, and even the owner operators, the brokers, and dispatchers can all make money. But no, instead of doing that, brokers have become lazy, and you got these lazy freight broker trainers that have been training these brokers to steal from the owner operator. Now, if you don't like what I'm saying, guess what? I don't give a two bits. I really don't. I really don't. Y'all like little children. Daddy, can I have this? Mommy, can I have? No. Go around. 5 minutes later, you come back. Daddy, can I have this? Mommy, can I? Didn't I tell you no? 5 minutes later, you come back. Daddy, can I have this? Mommy, can I have this? Look, I'm not going to tell you again. No. That's what you sound like. That's what you look like. And frankly, it's not a good look. It really isn't. It really is not a good look. So move on. Deal with it. Find something constructive to do. Go make some money. That's my advice to you. All right. That's the end of that. All right. So, all right. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and start. Now I'm going to start my recording because all that was not recorded, but it is live on YouTube though. So there you have it. Y'all give me a moment. We're going to start my official recording. All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers, and today is Saturday, and we normally have the Brokers Hour, but I'm here to introduce a new training platform to the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, our vocational school and our online training platform. Okay. CDL schools, truck drivers go to CDL school and they learn how to drive a truck. Okay, that's great. But you have a lot of young truckers who eventually move over to the owner-operator side. They either do a lease or they come over, they buy their own truck, and they come over to the owner-operator side. Now, here's the problem. They learn how to drive a truck in CDL school, but they don't know how to run a truck. They don't clearly understand the business side of running the truck. They don't understand how to evaluate loads on a load board. Most don't even know how to find the good paying freight on a load board. Okay, how do I know this? Because I see this on social media. Young owner operators and people who are new to the game. They're always coming on to me. They can't find good paying freight. I don't know where that good paying freight is. How you find a load that's more than $4 per mile? How you doing this? How you doing that? Where's all this freight at? I mean, all you got to do is look. but you got to know what to look for. You got to know how to look. Okay, there is a skill set to running a truck effectively and running a truck and making it profitable. How do I know this? Because my first year as an owner operator, I grossed over $500,000, $541,000 in a dry van. That's how I know. In a dry, that's right, dry van. And here's something else. I did all of that in Florida. That's right, the state you can't make any money in, as they say. I did all of that in Florida. How did I do it? I identified dedicated runs that ran within Florida, short runs that were paying anywhere from, I think the lowest one I ran on that short run was around $300, $375, and it was only going 39 miles. And that load picked up every day and ran every day. Now I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. Let me share my screen. Share, and do my calculator. Now I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Let's do this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and go to one of my load boards. By the way, in this new platform, we're gonna be giving when you join this new platform as an owner operator, or new owner operators, or people who wanted to, or owner operators who just need to learn how to make more money. As an owner operator, we're gonna provide you all with tools and resources. A lot of these tools are gonna help save y'all money. We're gonna provide you access to several load boards that we already pay for that you won't have to pay for. So you'll be able to access these load boards without paying for them and find good paying freight. Now, these load boards that we have are the load boards that I have identified as some of the best load boards that's paying the best money and giving you the best search tools. Okay, not necessarily that, because that is not one of them. Okay, and what I mean by the best search tools, these load boards are put together in such a way that they allow you to find dedicated freight and find backhauls, or find another load that coexists with that dedicated freight, so you can find another dedicated load and then find a third dedicated load that routes you back to your original destination, all within the same day. Now, with that being said, let me show you all. This is one of the load boards that you all will have access to. This is one of the load boards that you will have access to. You'll be able to go on here and you'll be able to pull up a load map in this direct freight. Okay, you'll be able to pull up a load map. Now you have access to this load board and several others. You'll be able to pull up a snapshot of the country, as you can see here. And as I mentioned before, I ran my first year in Florida, and literally, I was making somewhere close to about $2,100 a day, 5 days a week, off every weekend, home every night in Florida. Now, I have developed my expertise in finding and in identifying dedicated freight. That's what I specialize in. About 30% of my carriers are on dedicated freight, where they're home every night, off every weekend, and they're grossing somewhere between $400,000 and $700,000 per year. Okay. About another 40% of my carriers are on dedicators where they are home every weekend, and they're grossing somewhere between $500,000 and $700,000 to $800,000 per year. And what they normally do is, those are the ones that I run down from areas where dedicators are not widespread, and I run them down to areas where dedicators are great, like Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Texas. These areas up here around Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, PA, areas like that. So I run them from these areas where you don't have a whole lot of dedicated, and I run them down to areas that have an abundance of dedicated freight, and they stay in those states and they run all week. And then they either drive their personal vehicle back home on the weekend, or they catch or they rent a car, or they catch a flight. Why? Because they can afford to. because on average, they're making on average each day, running the same loads and being back in the same original spot at the end of each day, their average is somewhere between $1,800 to $2,500 per day. And I'm going to show you all exactly what I'm talking about. Let's take Florida for a second, okay? I always like to choose Florida because everybody says you can't make money in Florida. That's what the consensus is. But I made over $500,000 in Florida. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I did that, okay? I'm going to tell you exactly how I did that. Now, we're going to show you all how to navigate a load board properly, okay? First off, and what to look for. Don't go and look for the pay rate. Pay rates are deceiving. Pay rates are very deceiving. A lot of guys will look for the pay rate and they see that $2,700, but you got to look over here. Look at those trip miles. 1,100 trip miles. 1,000 trip miles. 1,142 trip miles. Yeah, the pay looks great, 2,700, you know, 1,800. But when you take that and then you break that up and you look at the rate per mile, $2.44. It's less than, you know, 250. It's barely breaking 250. But if you go in, instead of looking for the pay rate, you look for the estimated rate per mile. Instead of looking for that, you look for the estimated rate per mile. You're gonna get a lot of short run loads that are paying great rate per mile. Why? And I'm telling you why these are better. Because most short run loads are dedicated, which means they run every day. Most short run loads are paying you more per mile. Most short run, well, all short run loads are saving you on fuel. They're saving you on maintenance, wear and tear on your truck. They're saving you on time. So therefore, you can run on average 3 short runs in a driving shift and make way more money than you could have ever made driving 1,100 miles or long haul. And a lot of young truck drivers haven't figured this out yet. And this is a skill set that we're going to be teaching with our new platform, on top of a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to help you all to make more money and to be in a much better situation and be able to last in this industry. On top of which we're going to be providing you all with tools and resources. Y'all have to excuse me, I'm getting over COVID again. This is my 6th time with COVID. I'm vaccinated, I'm boosted twice over, so you know, it's not as bad as it was the first couple of times I had COVID, but this is my 6th time going around with COVID. Yeah, COVID is here to stay. So y'all have to forgive me if y'all get choked up. So I'm just be trying to catch my breath, you know. So I'm basically trying to get over this again. So, but anyway, but these are some of the tools and resources that we're going to be providing and teaching you all when it comes to running the truck. This among other things. But let's get back to showing you all exactly what I'm talking about. If you take a look at this right here, you got a Jacksonville to Brunswick. That's a dedicated. How do we know this? Because it runs on the 16th and it runs on the 15th and it runs on the 16th. Okay, paying $9.06 per mile. It's only going 80 miles. You got plenty enough time to get yourself another dedicated and run some more loads. You got Cape Canaveral to Orlando, another dedicated. Look at this. It's running all these days. The 13th, 14th, 15th, the 16th, and the 17th. Okay, it runs every day of the week. It's paying $7.84 per mile. It's a 51-mile run. You got Tampa to Hudson, and you got Tampa to Wauchula. Both those are dedicated. Both those are paying more than $7.40 per mile. $7.43. This was paying $7.32 a mile. Those are dedicated. If you got Jacksonville to Orlando again, another dedicated, paying almost $6 per mile. Okay, that is a 142-mile run and it's paying $850. You got Live Oak to Jacksonville, another dedicated, that's paying $5.90 per mile. So you see all these dedicated. This is indicative when you look for shorter run loads. When you go and you look, instead of looking for the pay rate, you look for the estimated rate per mile. You're going to get much better loads, much better freight that pays you a lot more money, and there's less wear and tear on your truck, and you're going to spend a whole lot less in fuel. And right now, paying less in fuel is good. It's a good thing. And these type of loads will give you more home time and more leisure time. And you'll make more money. You will make more money. Let me check in with my YouTube people here real quick. So, and you will make more money, all right, by doing this. Okay. Now, let me show you all what I did here in Florida. Okay. I got onto a dedicated, identified a load that was leaving right here in Tallahassee. It's my hometown. From the Coca-Cola bottling plant. Y'all can look it up. Coca-Cola bottling plant here in Tallahassee on Commonwealth Boulevard. They had a load that picks up at about 4 or 5 in the morning, and it ran to Live Oak, Florida, which is just 39 miles away from Tallahassee. And that load was paying $375. And that was the load that was running every day. $375. Then when I got to Live Oak, they had a load leaving from there from the same shipper, which is a Coca-Cola, bottled water, Gatorade, all that type of stuff. They had a load of bottled water that was leaving from there going down to Alachua, which is 79 miles. And that load was paying $690. So now I've got a total of $1,065. Then when I got to Alachua, I asked them, do they have anything going back to Tallahassee? The guy said no, but guess what? There's a Coca-Cola bottling plant, distribution center, about 1.5 miles down the road in Alachua. So I rolled down there, and they told me, yeah, we got loads going back to Tallahassee every day. You got one today? Yeah, we got one going back today. And what is it paying? It's paying $980. And it was a 104-mile run. So now you got $2,045 per day. Okay. Now, what do? I called each one of those brokers back, and I negotiated for my truck to run all those loads every single day. Why? Because they all ran every day. And this allowed the broker to go ahead and have someone set for those loads, so they wouldn't have to now find someone to run those loads every day. The load board is full of stuff like this. The load boards are full of stuff like this if you just know what to look for and how to identify them. Once you identify them, you map out your time, which you're going to teach you all how to do, because you got to account for your loading and unloading time and things that we're going to show y'all how to cut that down and how to lessen that time and how to get in and out real quick. We're going to teach you all this stuff that they didn't teach you in truck driving school. Okay? We're going to teach you how to save your clock and be able to run on recaps if you need to, which they didn't teach you this in truck driving school. We're going to teach you how to identify dedicated freight on load boards, which they didn't teach you in truck driving school. We're going to teach you how to set up those dedicated and get and turn those into contracted dedicated lanes with the brokers, which they did not teach you that in truck driving school. We're going to provide for you the documents and the agreement forms you're going to need to send over to brokers to get you in a written contract on those dedicated, which they don't provide that for you in truck driving school. These are the things that you all are going to be able to access from our new platform. Okay, as new owner operators or owner operators that need to learn how to make more money, or owner operators that want more home time and more money at the same time. Because this is what I was running. My first year as an owner operator. First year as an owner operator. That time 52 weeks. I'm sorry. That time, well, I got to do it times 5 days a week. First of all, let me do my 5 days. $2,045. $2,045 times 5 days a week, because that was every day. I was off every weekend, home every night. That's $10,225 per week. Now that times 52 weeks, $531,000. Now, of course, that is before fuel. Back then, fuel wasn't that high. Now remember, I was only doing, let's look at your mileage. And we're gonna show y'all how to calculate your fuel and all this other stuff and how you're gonna save money on fuel. Because remember that first load was just 39 miles. The second load was 79 miles. The third load was, what was that? 100, yeah, it was 104 miles. What the hell am I doing? That's way too many miles. Give me a second. Hit 39 miles plus 79 miles plus 104 miles. Plus, there we go. 222 miles total for each day. Now, that times 5 days a week, 1,110 miles total for the week. 1,110 miles total for the week. My truck only got 5.56 miles to the gallon. 5.56 miles to the gallon. Right? Now, if I'm running 1,110 miles, divide that by 5.56, and this is other stuff we're going to teach you on how to calculate how much fuel you're going to need to run your runs for the week. Divided by 5.56, that's going to give you, I need 199 gallons. Roughly 200, let's say 205 gallons, basically. Because you got a lot for your idle time and whatever this is that, all that type of stuff. But basically 205 gallons is what I need to run for the entire week. The entire week. Not like if you was running 1,100-mile run that day, you got to spend that on just for that day. Y'all see the difference in that? I mean, you see kind of a dollar saved is a dollar made. Okay? We're going to be teaching you all how to run a truck properly and how to get the most out of your truck, how to make the most money and have the most leisure time and increase your home time, have a better quality of life and make a lot of money. Okay, this is what this new platform is going to be teaching new owner-operators and owner-operators who want to learn how to make more money, owner-operators who want more home time, owner-operators who want more home time without sacrificing money. Okay, so only basically 205 gallons. So you got 205 gallons. And at that time, fuel was like fuel wasn't even high at all back that was in 2016. Fuel was really like $2.75 is what fuel was going for. Diesel fuel was going for. Let's say it was 305. Okay, here in Florida, it was really like $2.75. Here in Florida, it was like $2.75. So that times, so I need 205 gallons times 2.75. At that time, I was spending $563 per week on fuel. Now, even if you equate that to today's fuel prices, 205 gallons times roughly $5, a gallon, because that's about what it is now. That times 5, you're going to spend $1,025 on fuel for the week. For the week. Now, in order for you to make that same money on long hauls, you're going to have to spend about $3,000 on fuel. Y'all don't believe it? Let me show you what I'm talking about. So that's roughly a $2,000 difference in your fuel cost. Roughly a $2,000 difference in your fuel cost. Because if you're looking at long haul runs, and let's look at some of these long haul runs again. Let's go back over here to pay rate. Let's look at some long haul runs. If you're looking at a long haul run, which is 2,708 miles, if you want great pay. Now, yeah, this is paying $7,000. That looks great, don't it? Yeah, 2,700 miles, $7,000. That's great pay. But it's going to take you all week to run that. That's an all week run because you can't run more than 600, 625, 650 miles top. If you are the best driver, you don't ever stop. You don't get out and use the bathroom. You only do that half-hour stop. You feel, you fuel up and you take back off about a minute past 30 minutes. Right? So if you're doing 2,700 miles, 2,708 miles, I'm gonna show y'all the difference in what you're gonna spend on fuel. 2,708 miles. And let's face it, you drivers can't drive more than 600, 625 miles on the driving shift. Divide that by 600. Let's be real. That's gonna take you 5 days. All week. It's gonna take you all week to run that load. So apples being apples, working a 5-day work shift, apples being apples, you're gonna run one load that's gonna take you all the way across country, right? That's only gonna pay you $7,000. $7,000. Now let's look at what you're gonna spend on fuel on that. Already you're at less money than you would have been if you were running a short run load like the one I had that was paying you over $10,000. $10,300, $10,500, to be exact. So you're already $3,500 less money for running a long haul run. On top of that, you're gonna spend more on fuel. And here's what I'm talking about. You got that 2,700 miles, all right? Fuel costs, 2,700 miles. So you got 2,708 miles divided by 5.56 miles per gallon. That's all your truck is gonna get, okay? So you're gonna need 487 gallons of fuel just for that one day. Now remember, we was using about that for the whole week and making more money on short runs. So on one day, you're gonna need, I'm sorry, for that one run, for the week, for that not for one day. For that one run, you're gonna need 487 gallons. Okay. Now we were running 3 runs per day, 5 days a week, and burning less fuel. So let's look at this, 487 gallons, right? 487 gallons, that times $5 a gallon, same numbers. You're gonna spend $2,435 on fuel. Versus what were we spending before? Before we were spending $1,025 on fuel. Why? Because we were only needing what? We only needed to spend what? $205 on fuel. Y'all see the difference on that? Per day, 5 days a week. When you're running that one run, so that's $1,025 in short runs, and you're making $3,500 more money on your runs, and you're spending almost $1,400 less on fuel. People, it's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Now, see the difference in that? Can y'all see the difference in that? Let's break it down even further, okay? So you got 2435, so you got 78, you got 2,000 on the miles, you got 7,000 on your pay, but you're spending $2,435 on your fuel each week. So let's look at it. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. So you got $7,000 minus 24, what? 35. So you're only taking home 4,565. That times 52 weeks in a year. You only take home $237,000 versus If you're running short runs, you're only spending $1,025 on your fuel. $1,025 on your fuel, and you're making $10,225 on your money each week. So you take that, $10,225. So now you got $10,225 minus $1,025 on your fuel. So you got a take home of $4,000 versus a take home of $9,000 plus. So you can either do a take home of, let's look at the difference in this. So that means you got to take home on a long run, you got to take home of $4,565. Keep calling me. This Calvin, I'm doing pretty good. I'm right in the middle of a virtual class on that given Saturday. I sure will. Okay. All right, bye. All right, sorry about that. My father-in-law is in the hospital. He got cancer real bad, so I keep checking on him and everything. So that was his sister calling me, so I'm gonna call her back in a little bit. And his sister, she's in the hospital too, with some internal bleeding from I think a gallbladder or something that went bad. But you know, good thing I don't look like what I'm going through. All right. I really don't. All right. So what we have here is you got, 9,200 take home versus 4,565 take home. This is long run, 4,565 take home. This is short run, $9,200 take home. No brainer, people. No brainer. Let me check with my YouTube people, see what they got to say here. Someone says, can I lease a truck, another truck, and put an experienced driver in the truck? I mean, are you talking about us, our lease program? This is kind of a offset question that has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. But in our lease program, which is Easy Lease, which is a truck sharing, which is a commercial truck sharing marketplace, it's not a regular lease. You can't sub-lease out a truck you're leasing from someone else within our program, because these are private owners. These are people who are leasing a truck to you. So if you are the one who is signing that contract, signing that lease agreement, that customized lease agreement with that private owner, you have to be the one driving that truck. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when we arrange the meeting between the two of you all through Zoom, and if you can get them to agree to that, then yeah, then you can do that. But on the surface of the way our program works, no. Okay. Now, if you're just talking about leasing in general, you have to have that in the lease contract with the company you're leasing from. They have to be aware in writing that you plan on letting someone else drive that truck other than yourself. Okay. So that's what you have to do. It can be done, but it has to be in the contract. You can't just lease it without letting them know, and then you put someone else in the truck, and then the truck gets in an accident, and then on the lease it says that you are the driver, but you got someone else driving, then guess what? You got a problem. So it has to be in writing. Okay. Yeah. Most OTR running 3,000 miles a week. That's right, crazy. Exactly. So it says lease another truck and put another driver in it. Like I said, it's got to be in the contract. All right. But back on subject, what we're talking about. Back on subject. Let's get back on subject. This is the difference. So you got that 9,200 running short runs, 4,565 running long runs. So if you take that right there and you minus 4,565, that's a difference of $4,635 per week, y'all. Now remember, this is take home after your fuel. Now, of course, you got your insurance, whatever, but whatever it is, you're gonna take home more money running short runs. You're gonna take home more money running short, interconnecting, dedicated runs. And we're gonna show you all, we're gonna be teaching you all how to identify and then creating these dedicated lanes for yourself. This is just one of the things, one of the ways that we're gonna help you all to make more money as an owner operator. Just one of the things that we're gonna be teaching you all. On top of it, we're gonna provide you with all the tools, the resources, the training, the support, access to our network, a whole bunch of things that you all are gonna have access to within this new platform. Okay. Now, like I said, that's a difference of that right there. So if you're running long haul, you are missing. You are literally, if you're choosing to run long haul runs instead of short runs, the way that we show you how to do them, when we show you how to set them up, you are on average missing out on this much money per year. $241,000. That's the difference between short haul, short mileage runs set up and dedicated and running them all week versus running long haul. Not to mention your home time and your leisure time. You can either choose to spend your time at truck stops all across the country during the week and then being home every other week or every 3 weeks or once a month while making less money, or you can choose to be home every night, off every weekend, being able to go out and have a life, spend time with your family, leisure time, and make more money. Or at the very least, if you're one of those, if you're one of those drivers that I have, like we show you how to, if you're up here in these areas where you don't have a whole lot of freight, like Washington State, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Nebraska. If you're in these areas, up Kansas, all these areas up around here that don't have a whole lot of freight, New Mexico. See, I have carriers that are from these areas like Maine, even New York, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota. I have carriers who are from all these crazy little places up here, but guess what they do? They still make great money and they still are home every weekend. Why? Because instead of them running all over the country trying to find freight, I just run them down where? To Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, okay, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania. And I just run them on dedicated down in these states, Arizona, Arkansas. I run them on dedicated runs, North Carolina, South Carolina. I run them on, I bring them down here, I route them down, and I set up those dedicated runs like I just showed you that I just found in Florida on a Saturday. You see all the dedicated down there just to locate in Florida on a Saturday? Same thing with Texas. I run them down here and they run in Texas or they run in Florida, they run in Georgia or they run in Alabama all week long, running the same 3 loads every day back in their original spot at the end of each day. And then on the weekends, they drive their personal vehicle back home or they rent a car or they fly home. Why? Because they can afford to. They're making a lot more money. They got a lot more time on their hands, leisure time. After work, they can go out to places and mingle and have a life and still make fake money. I have a bunch of my carriers who come down and do that. They have rented like little mobile homes or 1-bedroom apartments or something like that in the area that they're renting in. Because they can afford it. And they're taking home more money. The family's not sacrificing. You're not a slave to your career. like you are when you're running those long runs. Now, granted, some of you prefer to be out there on the road all the time. If that's you, then this is not for you. Trust me. But if you have a desire, to run shorter runs, make more money, have more home time, you need to seriously sign up for our platform. Hold on, I got another call coming in. This is Calvin with RBBS. I'm right in the middle of a broadcast. And what can I do for you? I'm doing good. And say it again now. Okay, I don't understand what you said. What were you asking me? Oh, we don't hire owner operators. That's not what we do. Okay, we train owner operators to make more money. We provide people who want to become owner operators. We have a lease program called Easy Lease, where you can lease a vehicle from a private owner and take home 1% of your load fees. You understand what I'm saying? But we don't hire owner operators to run underneath our authority. Okay? All right. All right, sorry about that. Y'all, I get a lot of calls. On average during the week, I probably get about 60 calls per day. People wanting to know if we are hiring, if we're doing this, because people see what we're putting out and they understand that what we do is we don't hire people. People don't come work for us. We show you all how to make your own money. I don't want you working for me, because if you're working for me, then I'm going to be making more money than you. Okay, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want you all to be able to do your own thing and let us show you how to maximize your profit, how to maximize your revenue, how to make more money. That's what the whole Logistics Learning Center is about. It's about teaching trucking professionals how to become logistics entrepreneurs, how to become successful entrepreneurs within the trucking industry, how to take your truck from doing $150,000 a year to doing over $500,000 a year, how to show you how to get more home time and make more money at the same time. Okay? That's what we're in the business of, showing you how you can do an easy lease instead of doing a regular traditional lease and only bringing home $1,500, per week, starving, just so you can say that I'm going to own this truck in 3 years. But in fact, if you lease through Easy Lease, even though it's a used truck, but it's mechanically sound with the full warranty and maintenance plan all included in the lease payments, right? Drive that for 1 year, but you're taking home 1% of your load fee and you're making great money. Because on average, with the Easy Lease, you'll take home, if you're doing 3,500 miles per week, on average, you bring home $6,800. That's after your fuel cost. That's after your lease payment. That's after your insurance. I'm talking about actual take home, your settlement check. Your actual take home is around $6,800 versus through a regular lease purchase option, your take home is around $1,500. If you ask me, a regular lease purchase option is like agreeing to be in slavery just so you can buy your freedom at the end of 3 years. That don't make no sense. I'd much rather drive a used, mechanically sound truck for 1 year, make over $300,000 to $400,000 in that 1 year, take home, have over $100,000, close to $200,000 I can live on, and have another $140,000 I can go out there and buy myself a brand new truck at the end of 1 year, versus trying to drive a newer truck for 3 years and starving myself to death just to say that I can own that truck after 3 years. Come on, man. That don't make no sense. These are some of the things that we're going to be teaching you all that you're going to have access to when you join this platform. We're going to be showing you all how to become logistics entrepreneurs. Now, look, when I started doing this trucking thing way back in 2013, I was just coming out of homelessness. I'm serious. Y'all can go and watch my series, Diaries of a Homeless Entrepreneur, on YouTube. Okay? I was homeless for 18 months. Now I own 2 homes, several luxury cars. And it all came from this industry. All of it came from this industry. Why? Because I taught myself how to be an entrepreneur within the industry. I taught myself how to get the most out of my truck. My first year as owner operator, I grossed over $500 million. I don't have to front. Someone on Facebook told me the other day that I was in an open house. This is not my house. Can you believe that? Her name was Vanessa or Dana, whatever her name was. But she saw a post that I put, just trying to encourage people. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you all the posts. I was just trying to encourage people. And I put up, a picture of my house that I'm in right now and the new house that we just did a contract on that we're buying right now. That's the new house right there, y'all. Okay. So, so as I just posted some pictures, in the in a Facebook group, I think it's called Empowering Truckers or something like that. Trucking Empire, Trucking Empires or something like that. I think it's called Trucking Empires or Empowering. See if I can find it. I can't really. Let me go to my groups because I posted it in the group and no, it wasn't in that group, but I did post it in that group. But she basically said that she basically said that this is not my house. Those are not my cars. This is I'm in an open house. That's what she said. She said I'm in an open house. Let me see if I can find it here. Y'all give me a second. I'll pull it up for you because I don't want y'all to think I'm just blowing smoke. Where is that? Where is that post? Where is that post? I just found it real funny that she would say something like that. And so what I did was I did a live recording from where I am to show her that this is actually my house. I'm not in an open house. She claimed I took pictures of this house and the other house from an open house, and that basically I don't own any of these cars. I don't own. No, I'm not. This is not my house. I'm in an open house. Where is it? Now I can't seem to find it. I can't seem to find it now. If I wasn't looking for it, it'd be staring me in my face. It really would be. Now I got to go all the way back. I want to find the one that oh, Jesus Christ, where is it? Oh, there it is right there. All right, here it is. Here it is. Let me show you all this. Okay. I posted it in this group. Here's a picture that I posted. Okay. That is indeed my Range Rover. That is the house that we just put on the contract. This is, the house that I'm currently living in right now. And no, I'm not selling this house. I'm keeping this house also too. And this house here is in Georgia that we're buying. And we're keeping this current house. I'm probably going to wind up either giving it to my daughter or putting it on Airbnb or something like that. But we're going to keep both homes. But here is, see right here, she says, fake as hell. Okay. But dispatch, she said, she said, this is fake as hell. I said, really? I'm fake. So she was like, she said, give me an hour and I can build up the same type of BS you got going on. People that truly do well, which is never dispatchers. I tell you, baby, some of us are actually doing real well, which is never dispatching, don't need to come and desperately scrape the barrel on Facebook. Okay, baby, what do you think most of my money comes from? I get so many clientele from Facebook, it's not even funny. Okay, then she actually looked up the net worth of a guy named Calvin G. Butler. Okay, first of all, my name is Calvin O. Butler. Okay, this right here is when I got sent this from a company from my insurance company who was doing an assessment of my net worth. Okay, because I had did another whole life insurance policy. Of course, when you do your whole life insurance policy, they do an assessment of your net worth. So they did an assessment of my net worth, and they determined that my total net worth was somewhere in the neighborhood of 19 million. Now, I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. Now, do I have $19 million sitting in the bank somewhere? No. But when it comes to the properties, my asset, my 3 businesses, and the revenue that they bring in and their future earnings and things of that nature, my rental properties, things like that, the trucks that I own, that I also lease out, when you take into account all the things that I have, all of my assets, that's how you determine net worth, including my 2 other whole life insurance policies that are both over $2 million. Okay, even though that's not $2 million to have in my pocket, but if something happens to me, that's an extra $4 million. That's $4 million my net worth right there. For those of you who don't clearly understand how net worth works, okay, you understand what I'm saying? So she looked at that and she went out and she Googled another Calvin Butler. This guy is not even me. And his net worth is only like $7.9 million, which is not even close to my net worth. So I don't understand how she was trying to make a connection. Basically, she was saying, Calvin Butler doesn't look like you, does it? Of course not, because that's not me, you dummy. That's Calvin G. Butler. So I said, Vanessa, do you know how many Calvin Butlers there are? And that's Calvin G. Butler Jr. I am neither a junior nor is my middle name G. And your point is what? And then she goes on to say that I am basically showing her an open house. She goes on to state that, these pictures right here, and as I can see, this picture right here, isn't that the same picture of what y'all are seeing right here, right now? Isn't this where I am? I mean, seriously. Isn't this where I am? Is this not where I am? Is that not the same picture? Is this not my house? But she said that I was basically in an open house, taking pictures and showing pictures of an open house. And I just could not understand where she was getting that from. So, I mean, look, people, I don't have to make things up. It is what it is, okay? So basically, I did a live feed for her, showing her that this was actually my house. I walked through the house, showed her the house, walking through the house, showing her the house and everything, and everything, showing her that this is not a what you call it. She even posted, some cards and stuff saying that these are not my cards. So I mean, look. I understand that there are people out there when they see someone else being successful at something that they were trying to do, and because they're not that successful at it in the way that they're doing it, they can't fathom that someone else could be doing it a different way or could have a way of doing it that makes them that much more successful. What you should do, instead of trying to berate people like that or downplay their success or trample on their accomplishments, you really should be reaching out to those people to see if you can learn from them. Okay. I learned from people who were successful in this industry. I sought people out who were successful in this industry, and I sought and I learned from them. That's what you should do. That's what you should be doing. Okay? Because trying to berate people and trying to downplay other people's success, I mean, that's not a good look. And for one thing, it's not helping you to be successful at what you're trying to do. The best way to learn how to be successful at something is don't try to reinvent the wheel. Look at what someone else is doing who is successful, and then do what they do. As simple as that. Look at what someone else is doing and then do what they do. Okay. Back to our YouTube channel. We have Tim Everett. I'm in Chicago. Does the load board have intermodal? Our load board, we have several different load boards that we're going to be giving you access to. We're going to be giving you access to a whole bunch of stuff. Now, some of this stuff where you're looking for like specific types of freight, like power onlys and intermodals and stuff like that, you're going to have that in the trailer types. See right here? You're going to be able to pull this stuff up, which there is intermodal right there. You got flat, you got van, intermodal, you got flat bed, intermodal, you got reefer, intermodal. So you have these different areas that you can search for. But let me be honest with you. A lot of times on the load boards in these specific types of deals right here, that freight is not going to be as abundant as your tried and true money makers. Reefer, flatbed, dry van. Okay, let's be honest. That is the bulk of the industry. Reefer, dry van, flatbed. That's the bulk of the industry. If you're looking for intermodal freight, you're going to want to search areas that are close to the water. Okay, you're going to want to search areas that are close to railways, things like that. Just searching, let's say, Texas is not going to find you a whole bunch of intermodal freight like you see right here. These are the things that we're going to be teaching you all how to navigate and how to search on load boards. Because a lot of you all don't know how to search on load boards. You don't know what to put in. You don't know how to look for certain things. How to find box truck freight on load board. If you're just looking on the load board for box truck freight, guess what? You ain't gonna find it. But is box truck freight on the load board? Yes, there is freight on the load board, that a lot of freight on the load board that is able to be put on box trucks. But if you just click the box truck button, you ain't gonna find it. You understand what I'm saying? You're just not gonna find it. So what you gotta do is you gotta know how to look for intermodal freight. You gotta know how to look for that type of freight. And just by going in and putting in a certain state or whatever, you're not gonna find it. You're gonna have to do some research. That's why we're also gonna give you access to our lifetime membership with Trucking Planet. So you all have access to this as well, right? So when you go on here and you're looking for, let's say, shipper database, right? And you're looking for certain types of shippers, you're gonna go to the importer and the exporters. You got all this stuff. You got 3PLs, commercial, distributors, horizontal shippers. You got hot shots, flatbeds, dry vans, reefers. All this other type of stuff. You can go to the load boards and you can search for the different types of freight here. Where it says view freight. One moment. View freight. And then down here you got the types of categories that you're looking for. But like I said, if you're looking for that intermodal freight, you're basically going to be looking at each of these types of freight, but you're going to be looking at the vented. Basically, is what you're looking at. That and what's the other one called? Oh shoot, that'll come to me in a second. But we've got a whole bunch of sources that'll show you all how to find the type of freight you're looking for. Now, here again, with that being said, there is not going to be an abundance of specific type of freight. Like if you're looking for intermodal, looking for power only, you're going to need to go and search power only databases. Okay? You're going to need to go and search power only databases, things like that. Like this is freight, this is power only equipment type, power only unit only. Search that. Like I see, you got a whole bunch of power only freight. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna need to have to search for that type of stuff specifically, and with the different areas that that we have, the resources that we have, we have enough that we can help you all find. Another great site that we're going to give you all access to is going to be called a 6 code site, where you can pull up all 19 million plus shippers registered in the United States and give you direct access to those shippers. Here's another big thing about our shipper database. Let's say you're in our shipper database and you're looking at, dry van shippers. So we have them set off by the type of shippers that they are. Not only that, but you notice here, it actually gives you the name of the person who's in charge. Tells you the title, gives you their phone number, gives you their direct email address. So that when you're contacting these shippers, you are talking with the person who can make a decision on whether to put you on a load or not. Not talking with a secretary. You're not talking with an assistant. You're not talking to the janitor. You're not talking to somebody who just happened to pick up the phone. Because you are calling the person who's in charge. You have their name, you have their title, you have their direct email address. So if you're sending them something or you're emailing them your packet, the person who's making the decision has your packet. The person you call is the person you need to talk to who can make that decision. Okay? But these are the things that we're going to be giving you all that access to. These are some of the things that you're going to have access to. Okay? Let me go back here to my YouTube channel, ask more questions. Tim also said, and do you have to negotiate fuel surcharges with brokers and how to calculate it because diesel is high in Chicago? We're going to show you all of it. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show you all everything that we're going to be doing for you. I'm not going to go through training with you on the introductory video, obviously, because in order for you all to get access to the stuff that we give you access to, you're going to have to subscribe. Yeah, that's right. This ain't free. Okay, this is not free. Nothing in life is free. Okay, this is a business. But is it affordable? Yes. We're going to have 3 different ways that you all can subscribe to this new training module. Okay, you can either subscribe and pay a monthly subscription fee, just a straight monthly subscription fee, and that monthly subscription fee is going to start off at $79 per month. Now, if you click the Save My Car with Auto Pay, it's going to drop it by $20 to $59 per month. Okay, but in order to do that, you got to save your car to auto pay. So so when you first sign up, you give us a call, 866-973-6445. We'll prepare an invoice for you, and then we will send it to you for the $79.50. Now, when you click to pay that invoice, you're going to click where it says Save My Car for Auto Pay. The first time you pay it, your invoice, when you initially set up, it's going to be that $79, $79.50 plus tax. It's going to be $79.50 plus tax. Then when you click the auto pay, everyone after that is only going to be $59.50 plus tax. So you're going to get a $20 break for putting your payment on auto pay. That means it's going to draft that card every single month at the same time every month. It's going to be automatically paid. Another way you can join our platform is you can pay a one-time yearly fee. Okay, you can pay a one-time yearly fee. If it's $59.99, but you pay a one-time yearly fee of $599. Okay, that's a one-time yearly fee, and you got access to our platform for a whole year. And then we have a lifetime membership. You can pay a lifetime membership and have access for as long as you want it. And that's going to be at $1,499 plus tax, roughly $1,500 plus tax. Those are your 3 options of how you be able to join this new training module. And you're going to get access to load boards. It's going to save you money because you won't have to pay for load boards. You're going to get access to several load boards, so you won't have to pay for load boards. You're going to get access to our database of more than 19 million plus shippers, direct shippers. You're going to get access to our network of dispatchers, a network of shippers, network of other owner operators and freight brokers. You're going to get access to our network. You all are going to be able to come and join our private chat group on Clubhouse, where all those people that we just talked about within our network were the 2,967 industry professionals. You all are going to be able to go into a Clubhouse meeting with them where y'all get to talk to each other, help each other to understand this industry, help each other to make money, network with each other. Okay? You're also going to get access to our training, which is going to be every Sunday. This module is going to have a training every Sunday evening, because that's what most owner-operators do. You know, they're off on Saturdays and Sundays, so we're going to make this training every Sunday evening at around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so you have that. You also have access to private consultation, where you need to call, where you need to book a private consultation with myself or one of our many private consultants. Now, private consultation, those are not free. Those are going to be billed at $100 per hour. But you have access to private consultants that you can go, including myself. I'm available every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You have to book me 24 hours in advance, okay? And it's $100 per hour. Other private consultants, they're going to be available at various times. So when you go to the consulting site and you click on to book a private consultation, you'll see the list of consultants and what their expertise is in, and you will be able to book your private consultant and have a private consulting session via Zoom. Okay, so that's it. That's what the new platform is going to be. It's going to be geared toward helping new owner operators learn how to make more money, learn how to make their trucks profitable, learn how to run your truck. And there's other stuff that we're going to be talking about, stuff that you all need to know, how to slide and adjust your tandems to make your weight come out right. We're going to have tips on what you need to do to make sure that you don't get pulled over and you are overweight. We're going to talk about those things too. It's going to be a whole lot of stuff that we're going to be showing you all, that I'm going to be showing you all how to do, that's going to make you a more profitable, less stressful owner operator. How do I know these things? Because I used to be an owner operator. Okay, I'm not one of these trainers that have never had a CDL. Got a lot of them out there that want to train people how to book freight and all this stuff, but they've never been a freight broker. Want to train people how to dispatch, but they don't run a dispatch firm. Want to train people, talk to truckers about this and that, but they never driven a truck. That's not me. It's not me. I went to truck driving school. I went to work for Covenant for a year. Drove all over the country, because Covenant's a non-stop driving company, team company. One drive, one sleep. Keep rolling, baby. I know how to save my time and run on recap for a whole week and a half without having to do any type of shutdowns. I know how to do this stuff. Okay? I ran my own brokerage firm. So I know how to broker. I know how to negotiate margins up front so that I don't take money from the owner operator. I know how to dispatch. I run my own dispatch firm now. I know how to find dedicated freight. I know how to identify dedicated freight on the load board. I know how to turn those dedicated freight into contract with dedicated lanes. I know this stuff. Anybody who watches my videos can tell you I obviously know what I'm talking about. So I'm not one of those trainers, or the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers is not one of those online or logistics training sessions where you just get a bunch of stuff that don't even mean a hill of beans. Okay, so this is what you're going to have access to. Someone also states, can you take long runs and convert them into shorter runs? How are you going to do that? How are you going to convert a long run into a short run? If a shipper has a load that needs to go from Florida to Washington State, how are you going to turn that into a load that's going from Florida to Georgia? Yeah. No. If a shipper already has a designated run, picks up here, drops off there. Okay. The question is not turning long runs into short run, because you can't do that. There's no way possible to make that happen. So you just look for the short runs and you learn how to identify the short dedicated runs, and then you turn them into dedicated. Okay. Tim says, LOL, I understand, but let me ask you a question. Okay, and you ask all the questions you want, Tim. What's your question? Matter of fact, Tim, give me a call, 866-973-6445. So you sound like you got a lot on your mind. And it sounds like I got a lot I need to, to kind of, discuss with you. Because here's one thing you got to remember, Tim, this is a business. This is a business. This is a business. I'm not a charity. Okay, I am not a charity. Don't ever mistake what I do as charity, because I don't do charity. This is a business. Okay, And then that's a mindset that I want all of my students to adopt. Your time is worth money. And don't ever, not in your lifetime, if you ever think about giving away your time for free. Don't do it. The most detrimental thing to a business is a hookup. Let me repeat that. The quickest way to destroy your business, or the most detrimental thing to your business, the most dangerous thing to your business is someone saying, give me the hookup. Oh, let me ask you a couple of questions. I'm not going to take much time. Then it turns into 10 questions, turns into 15, 20 questions, turns into an hour-long conversation. If I'm on the phone with you and it's taking longer than 10 minutes, I'm going to tell you to go schedule a private consultation. That's what I'm going to tell you. Anybody who's ever called me up, you can call me up, you can ask me a question. I may answer one question for you, but if you want to get into a long, drawn-out conversation about how to do something, how to do this, I'm going to quickly tell you, you need to go to my site and book a private consultation. Okay? Because people wanted to take your time for free will have you back at the homeless shelter in a heartbeat. Okay? If you're a truck driver, you don't run loads for free. How many loads have you ran for free? How many loads have you booked that had $0 on it? You don't do it, so don't expect me to do it. It's as simple as that. And this is what we're going to teach you all. We're going to teach you all how to make your time worth it to you. We're going to teach you all how to get the most out of what you were doing and how to make the most from what you were doing. Because there's nothing sadder than someone who is giving away all their time. And that's the most valuable thing you have. So don't ever work for free. Don't ever work for less than what you're worth. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. I had to learn that at the homeless shelter. That's what got me out of the homeless shelter. That way it keeps me from ever going back to the homeless shelter. So keep that in mind, Tim. All right? All right. Look, that's about does it for today. I just want to come on here and introduce this new platform. Now, our new platform is not going to be at mydispatcher.org like our current platform is. Our new platform is going to be here at the RBBS LLC.com. It's going to be at our vocational training school site, our vocational school site. This is our vocational school. Yeah, we have an actual vocational school here in Tallahassee, campus and everything, man. Campus and everything. And we offer online online training. A part of our new online training series is going to be how to run a truck. It's going to be our new online training series, how to run a truck. And it's going to be subscription-based. And in this site, you all will have a back office site, a secure login where you log in to access your back office tools, resources, training, support, your videos, the whole 9 yards. Okay? So, and all of our training sessions will be recorded, so y'all can go back and pull them up later at any time and watch them. So this is where the training, the new training platform is going to be. It's going to be at the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers vocational school site. All right. Look, I appreciate y'all stopping in. I appreciate y'all joining me. Hey, Pratt Legacy, how you doing? I just noticed you was on here. What you got going on, man?
I'm good. How you doing today?
Hey, man. If I was in the bed, I have to pinch myself, man. Hey, man. Hey, did you see what I was talking about with that girl saying that I was in open house?
Yeah, I seen it.
Boy, I tell you what, it's crazy how people will see someone else doing something right, and instead of but their mind can't conceive that someone is actually they just can't conceive that someone is actually being successful at something that they're trying to do, but because they're not successful at it, instead of them willing to just be humble and learn from that person. They want to try and tear that person down.
That's crazy to me. You see, I'm on here with you.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, she looked at my picture and said, "That ain't your house." She said, I mean, I'm out there sitting on my car. That ain't your car. Oh my God. But hey, but it is what it is, man. You can only, deal with it. So I sent her the little live video, and I haven't heard from her since though. But it is what it is. But people would do that, man. They try their best to take something that you're doing, and they want to tear you down because they're trying to do some of the same thing, but they're not being successful at it. So
Right.
common sense should tell you, go learn from the person who's successful at it.
Right.
I mean, come on.
But
That's all
ain't
you
that
gotta
what ain't that what they say? If you don't got haters, you ain't doing something right.
Exactly. Exactly. But it is what it is, man. But man, I'm glad you joined us today, man. Look, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be working on this new platform this weekend.
All right.
And get it up in the vocational school site, so we can get people in. And those of you who are part of our platform, of course, you are going to have the opportunity to become consultants. So, and on the consultant side, you all will be making $75 an hour on the private consultation. So we're going to be charging $100 an hour on private consultation, and $75 that you're going to get to keep when someone books you for a private consultation. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But I'll put that out. And once I've got the back office and everything completed, I'll let everybody know, and I'll have a meeting with you all, and we'll go ahead and get you all lined up to be private consultants, so we can get you all onto the private consultation site. All right, man.
That sounds good.
All right, man. Look, man, you have a great weekend.
You too.
All of y'all out there who have joined us today, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me on this Saturday for this special broadcast of the announcement of our new training platform, How to Run a Truck, which is directed towards new owner operators and owner operators who want more home time, but at the same time make more money. We want to show y'all how to create these dedicated lanes and how to make more money while being home more often. Thank you all. Y'all have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'll see you all sometime in the near future. Bye, everybody.